Very good morning, respected seniors and dear friends. I would like to thank Dr. Twinkle Shah for giving me this opportunity. Buzz is going around for a while that we need to personalize our A constant to get a desired refractive outcome. So let's see whether do we need it really or it's just a hype. As we know, today's era is of refractive cataract surgery, where we have to deal with two components. One is to remove the media opacity, and I think we all are very well versed with this, and lots of ongoing things are already in the market, and many more are on the horizon. So we are doing today lens X and ellipse and ozil and whatnot. But what matters at the end of day is the refraction you leave behind. So that is going to decide the outcome. So how can we address this? By two means, we have to correct the refractive error and then astigmatic error, and to ultimately get a desired refractive outcome. So when the natural lens is replaced by IOL, the final outcome depends upon the refractive power of the cornea and IOL, length of the eye along the visual axis, and post-operative position of the IOL. So important goal of all these formulas is to continuously improve our ability to predict effective lens position. So what is A constant and how do we personalize it? So constant values vary according to the IOL design, material and positioning within the eye. Today patients' expectation for intraocular lens implantations are as high as those of refractive surgery patients, and unfortunately because of the complexity of IOL power calculation process, a cataract surgeon may do everything perfectly and still end up with error of say plus or minus 0.75 at the end of day. So why do we need personalization? So optimizing the A constant can help surgeon come closer to their target refractions, and personalizing A constant can make a significant difference, but it does require time and effort. So most of us don't bother. In a typical state of art practice, the surgeon uses optical biometry and modern technique for phaco or maybe lens X, but does not optimize. Have a look at this graph. This blue bar where surgeon is using all the best possible technology and techniques and all the machineries, but does not optimize. So if you see, most of the patient, say nearly 50% of the patient has the post of refraction is nearly plus or minus 1 diopter, and the same thing, everything is the same, and you have optimized your A constant nearly 90% of the patient within 1 diopter. So it makes a huge difference. Manufacturers' constant are problematic for several reasons. Those constants are average. The companies have arrived many years ago. When new lens come out, manufacturers don't recalculate the constant for new lenses. They just transfer the constant from a similar existing IOL. They say, look, the shape is same, angulation is the same, and we have just changed the material. According to a survey conducted by ASCRS 10 years ago, almost 95% of the biometries performed in the United States were contact ultrasound. The IOL industry prepared its constant for that market. Today, however, 80% of the biometry is done alone using optical biometer or an immersion ultrasound. Constants that work for contact ultrasound are not strong enough to produce optimum result using immersion or optical measurements. Some manufacturers, but not all, are aware of this and offer their customers optical biometry constant. Basically, the IOL industry has not yet fully reacted to the reality that biometry today calls for different constant, and so we have to do it on our own. So how do we do it? So there are published formulas, there are facilities available with the equipments, and there are some websites which can do it for us for free. So how do we do it? So what you need is to record your post-operative refraction at 3 to 6 weeks follow-up visit. The data will tell you overall effect of your instruments and surgery. It will take anywhere from 20 to 50 cases to calculate your personal A constant at the outset, depending upon how meticulous you are. Some surgeons, they take care whether all the machines are well calibrated. They use same technology, same machine every time during these cases, and of course the same IOL. And in that case, if you are meticulous enough, you get it very easily. If surgeon wants to optimize their lens constant, they can do a reasonable good job using software that comes with their biometer or IOL master or lens star or whatever you are using. For more precise calculation, use standalone software like Dr. Holliday's IOL consultant, that is HIC, or you can visit the website www.drhill.com and download the lens constant optimization spreadsheet. This is the example. This is how the sheet looks like. You need to fill the data and send them, and they'll do it for you for free. More sophisticated machine incorporates optimization programs such as Alcon's OcuScan and IOL Master or Lens Star, which calculate A constant for the surgeon according to the value he inputs. In IOL Master, it is easy to optimize A constant. You relatively need a smaller sample size, just 15 cases are enough. This is how the sheet looks like. It is relatively simpler. So I think it's time we all should exercise this and personalize our constant for each IOL. I'll be talking about this newer generation formulas and in which axial length which is most suitable. So as we know, there are many formulas available. I'll be talking mostly about the modern and most useful formulas nowadays. The only difference between today's and older formulas is how we predict the effective lens position. Before 1980, this AC depth was constant and they used to take it 4.5. In 1981, axial length was taken in the account. 1988, axial length and keratometry were taken in the account. 1995, axial length, keratometry, ACD and lens thickness were taken in the account. And in 1996, Dr. Holliday used 7 variables: axial length, keratometry, ACD, lens thickness, horizontal white to white, refraction and age of the patient. More measurements, more accuracy. So modern formulas, as we know, theoretical and regression and whatnot. So we'll talk about this Holliday a bit in depth, produced by Dr. Jack Holliday. It's been considered to be the most accurate for eyes with an axial length between 22 and 26, which is routinely we see. Hofer Q best for the shorter eyes. SRKT, it uses empirical regression methodology, and basically if you optimize SRKT, also predicts IOL power for almost entire spectrum from shorter to the longer eyes. Haggis is as accurate as Holliday 2 for all eye lengths once it is optimized. Most other formulas use one constant such as ACD, A constant or ELP. Dr. Haggis' algorithm uses 3, that is A1, A2 and A0. It can be applied to all ranges of axial length. Limitations, it requires preoperative ACD as additional variable. In 1993, Dr. Holliday led a worldwide study involving 34,000 eyes, and he studied all these variables. And if you see number 3, horizontal white to white, so it was surprise to learn that horizontal white to white measurement emerged as third most important variable after axial length and case, which normally we all ignore. So Holliday has most variables, they study all variations. Limitations are it's a little cumbersome, you have to have all the data, and it is expensive, but one can have a trial version for a month, it's free, you can have hands-on. So many formulas, where does it fit? So let's see, this is a very simple thing. Holliday 1, from normal to extreme of say nearly 33 mm. So 22 to nearly 33, it predicts very, very well. Hofer Q, best for shorter eyes, extremely short as maybe 19 to 25, it is bang on. SRKT, I would recommend SRKT. I mean, you can leave everything behind unless it is a short eye. Use SRKT, which covers the routine spectrum, and if you avoid steep K and you optimize it, it can be also used for extremely large eyes. Hegi is one of the formulas which covers the whole spectrum from extreme as smaller as 18 to maybe 33, it covers the whole spectrum. And Holliday 2 has even more, the largest spectrum, but you need to collect lots and lots of data. So I'll be finishing my talk here. Thank you very much for your patient hearing.